licks my feet. What else do I need in life?
Nothing.
And
A good dog. Another dog.
guess what I want?
What? A
An
German Shepherd?
Australian
Shepherd.
Yeah. That's what I want.
Why?
They're cute.
Well, get one and you'll be happy for the rest of your life.
Kiefer
You don't have to get a man.
Kiefer has made me way more happy ever than a
Sure.
man has ever
Sure,
done.
exactly.
Except popcorn.
I have male friends, they say, man, if it wasn't for their dogs, they'd be dead. Let's say I go home, that dog comes before the wife.
Okay.
Every man, that's what they say, like I say, every man needs a good dog. Dog doesn't care when you come home at 2 in the morning and you got perfume on you. Or lipstick kisses on your cheek.
What's your thoughts on that, popcorn?
Dog
like
gonna
how
wag
my
its
dog-
tail.
I
A
like
dog
how
gonna wag its tail just to see you.
That's
It's
why
happy.
dog's band's best friend.
I like how my dog kisses my feet and licks my face, give me kisses when I wake up, and for the rest of the day we can talk about anything and there's no drama, no arguments. I don't even have to talk back. I can just nod my head and Kiefer knows what I mean.
Like I said, you come
Sounds
home,
like popcorn.
Come home,
If
don't
you-
matter what you smell like and what you look like. They're there wagging that tail.
If you marry, you're a prisoner.
He can even smell another dog on you and it don't matter.
If you marry, you're a prisoner. Get ready to be impregnated. You got a child bill to pay for.
All you need is a good dog. So that's what I told Rob. Think about it. Rob's been in the airborne for 25 years. 17 deployments to Afghanistan and Iraq. 17 tours. And now he's a POW.
I asked this.
Prisoner of woman. He got married. He went through 17 deployments without getting captured or killed. And he comes home and he's a POW within 3 years.
It's about the worst thing.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. It'll make you depressed.
I'm sure he misses combat already.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Combat was easier.
People drive me nuts.
When's David getting our dog?
So you're getting Julia's free advice on worthless relationships. The bottom line is get a good dog and you're set for life.
What do you think of that, Dad?
Half true.
Do you have a dog?
No. Can't afford one.
Do you believe that one? I think it's more about you can't contain one.
No.
He needs a donkey.
There's only.
We need
there's
a
only
donkey
one-
out here, not an eye for him, a donkey.
There's only one room for one dominant person in the house, and they're already here.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten him a pig, a pot-bellied pig.
You have no idea how bad I want one.
A pot-bellied pig?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be real good too.
And alpacas.
What do you want when you get older, Julia?
I want about 4 Holland Lop bunnies outside in a outdoor shed. Then I want about 2 donkeys and 2 horses. And I'm also thinking about 7 dogs.
7 dogs. Why 7?
And if a man can't agree on that, then I'm going to be living by myself with my own business.
And what would the business be?
I'm going to have a self-operating car wash with vacuum machines and air tire pumps. You do that, You buy a good piece of property in a good area with a car wash, you're good.
The
set
problem
for
is
life.
you gotta have the money to buy the good piece of property and buy the car wash.
That's why you have uncles.
I'll marry.
That's why you have good uncles.
I'll marry a rich guy.
Wait a second. You just said you didn't want to be married.
You're not
So the way you
listening.
do that,
I'll marry a rich guy.
there you go. Get your business going, then boot them or
That's
pick
what
them
I was
off.
gonna say.
Let the
Wow.
horse kick him in the. Let the horse kick him in the head, bury him.
I'll
Don't
divorce.
report it.
I don't
Just don't
get
report it.
attached.
If
That's
his
it.
family's looking
You
for
have-
him, say last time I saw him, he jumped in a car and took off.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I was just gonna.
I haven't seen him.
Hey, how's your Russian
He
lady?
took
How's
off
your-
in his Porsche and never seen him again.
How's your Russian lady doing?
He's probably cheating on me right now. So go find him. I don't care. I'm done.
Hey, David. How's your Russian lady doing?
My what?
Russian lady.
I have no clue.
I think you got rid of her.
Probably got a drone she's getting ready to bomb my house with.
Tell a story about the cat, David.
I haven't seen her.
David.
Yeah.
What about the cat on the fan?
I haven't seen that cat. I think it's still around. I told you she went through the ceiling in her garage, right?
Yeah.
How can you have 2 degrees and do that?
I don't know. I guess it went
When
silent.
you want to get paid, and you're expensive. I'm like, I've been back and forth 3 days, lady. What you do is chit chat. I'm like, really? Well, if you weren't chitting, I wouldn't be chit chatting.
She's taking advantage of you.
She what?
She's taking advantage of you.
Of course she is.
She's a woman.
Bad one, too. So I was hoping to get drugs off her since she's a pharmacist. She won't do that.
You want to know what the biggest waste of time is in your life?
Women.
A relationship.
Which is women.
Men.
So you know why I know so much about cars and, the guts on them, engines and bikes? Because when my friends were out trying to chase these bimbos, I'm like, screw that. I'd rather be building an engine to go flying down the street on.
You're better off.
And the bimbos are going to want to ride anyway.
They don't know what it means.
So I didn't spend
Hey,
my money taking
You
girls out.
ask,
Hey,
you
David.
ask the difference between a Mustang and a Challenger. They don't know the difference.
No, I'm just saying I didn't spend my money taking girls out to dinner and stuff.
Ridiculous.
If I took them to the drive-in, they rode in the trunk.
Good.
Hey,
They had
David.
2 options.
That's
If they
what I
wanted
do.
something to eat, they had to ride in the trunk. If they didn't
Yeah.
want anything to eat, then I'd pay the way in.
Hey,
That's
David.
what I do with
Right.
men.
When you used to drive that 1973 Toyota Celica,
Yeah, I don't know if Toyota Celica ST.
right? That was a cool car, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had a friend that put a V8 in that. Put
Really?
a small black Chevy in it, man.
Right, but you used to steal it from Dad's parking spot.
I used to take it from Bart and then return it before he got off work. Luckily, he never remembered where he parked it.
What grade
He
were
just
you in?
found it, huh?
What grade were you in?
What was I, a junior or senior, Dad? I don't know. I had to go to school in Berkeley. So he worked in San Fran.
Yeah, you went to a private school, right?
Yeah. The last year when it was in Berkeley. The year before it was
But
in
how did you
Lafayette.
get, David? How did you get from that school over to Bart? How'd you get there?
No, I took Bart. I would go to Bart,
Bay
take
Area.
the car, go to school. Then come get out of school, go run around, do this, that. Then before Dad got off at work, I would park it back at Bart, and usually take a bus home, or a friend would take me home, or something. Or I would pick Dad up. I'd say, "I'll pick you up, Dad." And he didn't figure out what was going on. He could never figure out I was needing valve jobs all the time.
I had no clue. Except
He
when-
probably, Dad, hey, David.
Oh, I cut school one day, and we took me and 3 other guys, we went all the way up to Reno. And came back the same day before he got off work. That's flying. That's screaming.
No wonder, hey, David.
What?
No wonder Dad was feeling so good when he got home from work.
Yeah.
The reefer of the car. Dad didn't know he's smoking marijuana driving home, did he?
That was a good car.
Yeah.
What did we do with that car, Dad? What happened to it?
I think I traded it on that Chevy, that little pickup.
Oh, that little Toyota pickup, that
Toyota
SR5.
pickup, yeah.
That thing rode like a tank.
The only thing that gave me a clue something was going on was one evening when I got back to Bart, and I got
Yeah,
in
if
the
there's
car
only
and
the
I
same
turned
amount
it-
of gas in the car.
I turned the ignition on. The car is already warm. Jesus. I'm thinking,
So you
man,
could disconnect. You could disconnect the speedos. Then you couldn't track them out. You could disconnect the speedo. So you disconnect the speedo
Yeah, but
and
what-
put it back in.
Why did you start driving the Pontiac Le Mans and the apple orchards?
Oh, no. That wasn't an app. And then what?
You used to drive that Pontiac Le Mans and the
Yeah.
apple orchards.
They don't have apple orchards there.
Oh, what was it?
They have walnut orchard. It wasn't in there. It was just a dirt. It was a dirt track. I was chasing a kid on a dirt bike.
In the Pontiac Le Mans. How'd you
Oh,
get?
that's what it was, man. A Pontiac Le Mans, yeah.
Yeah, but how'd you get stuck down that ravine?
I don't know what happened there.
I thought you said you were going up the hill on the dirt track and you lost traction and the car was going backwards and you couldn't do anything. It just ends up in a ravine.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But how did you get home to ask Dad to get you out of it?
How did we what?
You walked into the house
Yeah.
to tell Dad.
Well, Dad had a friend over that had a truck.
Yeah, but how many miles away were you from the house?
Probably about 5 or 6.
So you walked home.
Yeah, in California, I walked everywhere, man. It was no big deal to walk 5 or 6 miles, man. I mean,
You came to that house with Gene Walters. And
Yeah,
that
I
was
don't
in-
know. I can't
That was in
remember.
Orinda. And it wasn't 5 miles from the BART station.
No, we're talking
I was
about.
talking about the car stuck in the ravine. That was down in Lafayette.
Right.
That was a whole nother town. Lafayette was 5 or 6 miles away.
Okay.
Yeah, David, your friend you hadn't seen for years shows up at the house in an RV, and David later in the day shows up in the front door and walks in the living room and has to interrupt you to come out and talk personally to tell you that he's got the car stuck, and then you got to go ask your friend if he'd go help him get it unstuck. How many tow trucks did it take?
2. But they had to daisy one another.
Yeah, and David laughs
One had
at
to tie
and
around a
David
tree at the top of the hill,
and David
then
laughs at me for
tie up
sinking a
the yellow
truck.
Then they winched it up.
But the best story I think is that 67 GTO
Yeah, that was a 67, yeah.
that you took to the repair shop, and you and Dad go mouth off on the guy and the repair bill, and then you leave.
I don't remember, man.
And then the next day you go back to get the car and pay the bill, the wheels fall off of it.
Oh, it was more than that. The guy took a sledgehammer to the body.
Yeah, so when you go mouth off the guy, you pay the bill, then you leave.
Yep.
But my dad and brother go mouth off the guy and tell him they're pissed off at the bill. Then they decide to go back the next day to get the car.
That guy hung himself.
Did he?
Yep.
Really?
Well, he got in trouble with the DA.
Well, I have no idea. When did that happen?
He didn't hang himself from a tree. He hung himself with the business.
Oh.
Because he threw the DA out.
He's not
He was
Jeffrey
drunk.
Epstein.
Who cares, man? Good God.
What's the point of this conversation?
That's just normal childhood growing up there.
Normal.
Did you ever watch that movie,
Really?
American Graffiti?
Hey, Dad. Did you ever come home to your dad with his car stuck in a ravine?
I mean, it's just muscle car. I mean, I'm talking
I wouldn't.
those Mustangs.
Julie and Dave are like, yeah, it's just normal
Bad.
childhood behavior.
I lost the
He can't hear you.
tailgate off of my dad's dump truck.
Really? You can't hear
I
me?
never told him about it, and a farmer found it and knew that it was. They called my dad and said, I found your tailgate from the dump truck." My dad said, I didn't know I didn't have the trail gun in the dump truck.
Right.
So he asked me, he said, "Hey, Sever, did you have the dump truck out around Second Creek this afternoon?" When he said that, I knew something. I knew he knew I did, but I said, "Well, yeah." He
You know,
said,
Julie, I could live at the end of
I
the
can't even
dirt
remember the
road
name of the
with
farm
5
or
acres,
castle.
10 dogs.
Called my
By
dad and told
myself.
him he finds a
10, yeah.
tailgate off the
10
dump truck in the
dogs.
middle of the road.
Maybe a donkey.
Yeah, popcorn lost their attention.
I think I'd be your name.
You got some stuck on your foot.
Yep. A well, nice clean water. Take a dump in the woods.
Well, that's not clean.
Yeah. Grow some pot plants.
That's nothing unusual.
Yeah. That'd be a thing to do, man. When you're too stoned to plant the next season. Maybe do some moonshining. You got some fast cars for some moonshining. Then we're gonna do
Hey, we could have popcorn, the moonshiner.
fast
Right?
cars. Drones. I would use drones now to haul my moonshine. I'd use drones to haul everything.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
There you go. That's an idea, isn't it?
Well, I'd use drones to do all that.
Not a bad idea.
Oh, they're using them in the war all the time. You ever watch those battles? And
Oh, yeah.
they're not shooting. It's drones.
Right. Right. It's
You
crazy.
don't even know until it's too late.
Right.
You don't see them. You don't hear them.
Yeah. What's tomorrow's plan?
It's just a matter of time for a terrorist gets a drone here and flies it into the monument or something.
All right.
Get
Matter of
your
time.
camera off me, dude.
Really?
I'd say better off traveling by horse.
Why?
Get a fast horse.
Really?
Fast dogs.
I think you're
No,
delusional on
women
that.
always gotta have toy dogs. It's always gotta be the little toy dogs.
Dude, I own a German Shepherd.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying that everybody's gotta have these little toy dogs. You know,
Well, that's
little
Kathy Lee
French
Crosby.
dogs.
Isn't that Kathy Lee Crosby?
I've never had a small dog in my life. Never.
Well, then I guess you're not a wimp.
I've never had a small dog. I've always wanted the big dogs.
Guess you're afraid to protect yourself if you don't have a
Well,
big
Dad's
dog.
had a Skippy dog, a Tippy dog, a Chihuahua dog.
We had Zippy.
Skippy, Tippy, and Zippy?
Yeah, Zippy.
Zippy was a pug.
Yeah.
We got him in Michigan.
What happened to
Showed
him?
up. He just showed up to the house one night.
What happened to that dog?
Got run over by a car in New Jersey.
Montville.
Montville.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, what happened to the other dogs?
I remember we took him with us on a vacation to Tennessee, and he rode up, above the back seat. And the way the wind currents were working, his hair is just all over that car. You remember that? I mean,
Like a
you
cyclone.
could see little clumps of his hair.
Yeah, you're hacking and coughing. You're spitting up hairballs like a cat. All right, so you had Zippy that got run over. What happened to Tippy? What happened to Tippy?
Who's Tippy?
Tippy 10,
Yeah, what happened to that dog?
he got ran over.
Okay. Okay. What happened to what was the first one? Skippy?
Oh, Tippy 10.
We had Skippy.
Well, Skippy was the chow. He died of old age.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not from
He was
fur.
about 70.
He didn't die from fur ball inhalation from the fur coat.
Yeah, he took a chunk out of a lady's fur coat. Lucky he didn't die then.
We had Prince.
My dad was ready
That
to
was Dad's dog,
put him
Prince.
down, man.
What happened to Prince?
What happened to Prince? Oh, Prince bit that girl in the face and ripped her tooth out. So we had to take him to the pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Framingham. Rachel's friend.
Yeah.
Really?
I forgot
I
Yeah.
don't know this story.
We would have been sued, man. We would have been sued big time.
So, Dad, you had a dog named Prince?
That was Prince. The
Yeah,
girl
but I don't-
spooked him. He was sleeping at the top of the stairs, and she crawled up the stairs and got right in his face, spooked him. He bit, and his tooth caught her tooth and ripped it right out of her mouth.
Wow.
Caught her lower tooth and ripped it right out.
I don't remember that.
I do. That's why you got rid of him, because you thought we were going to get sued for
Well, I remember
scars
that,
and
but I didn't-
everything. And I took her lower tooth right out.
Interesting. So, what was the next dog? Monty.
Marty.
What happened to him?
Well, he was in California with us, and we brought him back. We moved back to New Jersey and built that house on Drake.
And he got run over in New Jersey, just like Zippy.
And Bonnie was left with a, in a kennel. And we left, and we didn't see him again for about 3 or 4 months until the dog was traumatized. He was just, he was never the same. Poor dog. Going,
All right, so then you got Chautauqua.
well,
He got the tower in New Jersey, White House.
Yeah, what happened to him?
He howled too much.
No, he ate the farmer's animals.
Well, he killed a couple of African geese or something. We put him in the pound, and I think he found a home.
From Vienna.
Yeah.
He howled all night at a full moon and the neighbors bitched.
Hell, that dog was one step away from being a wolf.
Why'd you want that dog?
Why'd they get him?
Yeah.
He was part of a litter of a friend of mine there in New Jersey. A buddy I worked with, Bill Harmon.
Yeah.
And I know your mother wasn't very happy when I brought him home.
Well, we had Toby at that time.
Yeah. What happened to Toby? He got run over.
Yeah, you can answer that.
Yeah, and then we repaired him for $500
Right.
in 1970, like 6 or 7. It was like $350 back then, if I remember right.
Well, Toby, he was a $6 million dog. Wasn't he? You got hit by a car.
He got hit by a Jeep.
Yeah, because when we
Broke
left,
his rear
when
leg.
you and I went go boating, and Leah, Rachel, and David let him out.
New Jersey sucked. New Jersey was nothing but misery.
You hear that, New Jersey people?
Place is a shithole.
All right, so So after that, and that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. We all grew up, and we all had to get the real deal, and we kind of didn't have any more dogs. So Toby, for you, that was probably your last dog that was bought in the family at the time, right? Living at home. Toby's probably the last dog you had before everybody moved out. You haven't had a dog since.
We had Toby and the raccoon, then we got Chautauqua.
Yeah, but I'm saying, all I'm saying is,
his last dog.
yeah, that's the last dog you've owned.
Mm-hmm.
That you bought. Right?
Yeah.
That's like 1978 or 79.
That's about right.
Well, you got those two chows when you
Yeah,
married
but that was
Heather.
well, right,
What
but
happened to
that
them
but that was back. Well, they lived until they died. All those dogs,
chows and the cats.
child, they all just
No.
lived until they
Then you get
died. You know,
divorced.
so
My
but
friend's mom, she makes her 3 children who are in high school chocolate cupcakes, home and handmade, with strawberry pink vanilla frosting after school today. And she also made them strawberries dipped in chocolate. And she also made them bell pepper cream cheese crab dip with chips.
wow.
For the dogs.
Valentine's Day.
Hey, David.
Kill a dog.
Hey, David, what year was your gold Camaro? 73 or 74?
My first Camaro?
Your gold one in California.
73. That was my first one.
It had a 350 in it, and then you built the motor for it.
We had a 350, and I bought a Crate LT1 motor for it.
And then you put a
And then I
four,
had a balance blueprinted.
and you took out the automatic and made it manual.
I converted it from automatic to manual.
Was it a 4-speed or 5?
4-speed, a Muncie M22.
Right. How much power did that thing ever have?
Probably about 400.
But it blew up in California if you left Jersey because of the gas
You couldn't get the octane to run it.
in California.
Nope, you could get 103 at Sunoco on east of the Mississippi. Once you got out to California, man, you were lucky you get 93.
What was the compression? Like 12 to 1?
No, it was 11 to 1.
Right. But now, you sold that car to somebody. Who'd you sell it to?
I saw the body. The motor was wasted. I can't remember.
So, in our family, we've had 5 Camaros.
Yep.
Leah had one.
Right. Rachel, Leah,
We
David.
had that blue one that I drove to Nashville. That
Now-
was an RS or something.
What year is your Camaro in the garage?
That was a 74, I think.
No, your Camaro in the garage. What year?
73.
Z28.
Z28.
Is that the last Z28?
That's the last
that
year
body?
around rear tail lights.
Right.
And then they discontinued the Z28 for a couple of years. And then they brought it back.
In 78.
I don't know. That was all government and their emissions crap.
Right. Righto.
Stinking government.
Why are you recording this, dude? You just let me have a moment in peace where I don't have to worry about being on video.
You're in a video, baby, whether you like it or not. Tell your mom you're starting up your OnlyFans page. You don't have to finish school. She'll make more money doing OnlyFans. That's how you start. That's how you buy your property and start the car wash. Do OnlyFans for 1 year. You'll be all set, baby.
I'm not gonna sell my soul for something I don't care about.
Yeah, sure you would. For 5 horses, you will.
If you joined OnlyFans, girls would pay to join.
I sold
your
my
page.
soul for this.
What Dad sell his soul for?
I sold my soul so many times it's no longer available. My soul's worthless.
Yeah, that's it.